These are the judicial errors that Kraynick made. Hello, my true crime lovelies. How are you? I got a new microphone. Look, when there's no color, I've muted myself, so I've got a visual cue. How are you? Merry Christmas. Owens, 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 the gift that keeps on giving. Yes, so James Owens has filed something. The filing in and of itself is not that exciting, but what it does tell me is that I am barking up the right tree. Everyone is like, you're worried too much about her appellate attorney just because it doesn't say. I'm not saying this new person is or isn't an appellate. Well, let's rewind. This is about Sarah Boone. This is post-sentencing. She was assigned an attorney. That attorney, someone from Fox, reached out to that attorney to ask about the appellate work he would be doing for Sarah. And he said, oh, someone has made a mistake. I am not an appellate attorney. So that was Alan Howard, I believe. And so he's gone. And the court has assigned her a new attorney. I looked up that attorney, and I'm not saying he's not an appellate attorney, that he doesn't do appellate work. Yes, I understand all lawyers can do that. I'm not saying he doesn't. What I'm saying is he's doing a piss poor job of advertising, if that is in fact what he's doing. Because let me just show you his law firm page. The Adams Law Firm is his law firm. His name is Josh Adams. And then he works with his wife, Amy Adams. Let me make sure you guys can see this. Uh-oh. I'm glad I checked because you guys can't. Adams Law Firm. Former criminal prosecutor, veteran owned and run. Josh Adams is who has been assigned to her. It just doesn't list that he does appellate work. I'm not saying that he does or he doesn't. It's just not listed. And these are private attorneys, right? Because she's been conflicted out of both the public defender's office and whatever the conflict agency is. So these are private attorneys. So if in his private practice he is also pursuing appellate work, it's not listed on his website. That's all I'm saying. Maybe it doesn't have to be, but you see he's got specifically practice areas listed out. He's got criminal defense, probate, and estate planning, and civil litigation. And then it breaks it out over here, the probate, wills and trusts, probate litigation, civil litigation, eviction, personal injury. So I'm merely saying if I were an appellate attorney, I would advertise. Or if I were doing appellate work, I would let that be known where I'm looking to get business. That's all I'm saying. So Owens filing becomes interesting to me is because perhaps Owens has also seen that Sarah has not been assigned a proper attorney. So this was filed the day that she was in court, the day she was sentenced. Whoa. It is the Affidavit of Insolvency for purpose of appeal. So Owens couldn't get out of there fast enough, but Miss Sarah had paperwork to fill out before she could leave. And this is where it was noted that Alan Holland would be her attorney. That was done and adjudged on the 2nd day of December, signed by Zadie Kraynick, the Honorable Zadie Michael Kraynick. So that was done. And then now, this was actually filed. Oh, wait, let me show you guys one more thing where, just in case you didn't see the other video. So this was filed on the 18th. This is order appointing appellate counsel. So this is when Alan Holland was relieved from further representation. He had notified the court he does not do appellate work. And the representation of the defendant in the above style cause, Joshua Adams Esquire, is hereby appointed to represent the defendant in this cause. So we haven't seen any filings yet from Mr. Alan Holland. So that's when we'll definitively know. even though my nosiness gets the best of me. So that was, applied, done and applied. So now, what has Owens filed today? Well, I'm just seeing it today. I believe he filed it before. He is saying these are the judicial errors that Kraynick made. This was also filed on 12/18, which was the same day as the prior, where they were assigning her the new attorney Adams. However, I'm just seeing it. So, statement of judicial acts to be reviewed and motion for court reporter to transcribe designated proceedings. So he basically is going to list out what he feels like Kraynick did wrong and asking for transcriptions of all of these events. So the first one comes now the defendant appellant by and through undersigned counsel. And yes, this is still James Owens. This is not an appellate attorney. Court's denial of defendant's motion for continuance on September 3rd, 2024. So that's when Owens first came on the scene and was like, ta-da, I'm here. I want a continuance. And Judge Kraynick said, denied. Court's denial of defendant's second amended motion to suppress defendant's statements at OCSO on October 2nd, 2024. So that was when they were trying to get all of Sarah's interrogation video out. And then they also had a caveat in there, if you won't do the whole thing, take out the bit where she's dry snitching on Eli. And then also something else. Oh, when Detective Scott Lowen was saying, you're the reason he's dead. They redacted that. So that's what we saw during the trial. Court's denial of defendant's motion for new trial on December 2nd. So that was the day of, and he summarily right at the top. It was so fast. I missed it, even though I was hosting the sentencing. I didn't see it until the second time I watched it. Court's denial of defendant's motion for downward departure on December 2nd. That was a joke. She had no remorse. So I don't even know. Owens was basing it on both of the therapists saying she had PTSD. But yeah, summarily he denied that. And then the judgment and sentence of the court on December 2nd, 2024. I don't know, and here we have judgment spelled correctly. I don't know that there was a judgment on that day, right? I mean, I guess he repeated it, but she had been previously adjudged guilty on the 25th one of October when she was convicted. So, yeah. Anyway, she was definitely sentenced. So he's saying that there's an error, which is actually doesn't seem to be that far afoot, because if you look at what's her name, Jamie Komorowski, they're now saying the sentence is too harsh. In that case, I'm going to give her a little more leeway for following that, because she did genuinely seem remorseful. Some of those early days in jail were a little rough when she was like, why did this have to happen to me? We've all seen that video, right? But she did seem remorseful, whereas Sarah was like lighting the earth on fire as she went out of the courtroom. And then it was very anticlimactic because she's the last one sitting in there with the deputies filling out paperwork. Like, girl, welcome to your new life. In support of the aforementioned statement of judicial acts to be reviewed on appeal, the defendant appellant hereby designates the following described proceedings to be transcribed by the circuit court reporter. Hearing on motion for continuance held on September 3rd. Hearing on second amended motion to suppress defendant's statement at OCSO held on October 2nd. And jury selection and trial held from October 14th. So he wants a transcript from jury selection all the way through the end. And I wonder if it's going to be like the false start jury selection. Probably not, because that's not the jury that was seated. So probably the real jury selection. So all of that. I wonder if there's going to be any impropriety. Anyway, sentencing held on December 2nd, 2024. We all want those transcripts, sir, so we can track exactly where that gold of Miss Sarah's went. So I guess he is going to enter that in as part of the appellate record. If nothing else, I feel like, because certainly the appellate attorney can file this. If nothing else, I feel like Owens is trying to preserve her rights, right? I'm sure when it's all said and done, if this is the wrong appellate, non-appellate, whatever attorney assigned to her, they'll get it straightened out, and the time will toll from when the person was assigned, right, and not from the second when she was sentenced. But I think Owens wants to just get his thumb on the scale and get something going for her so that she doesn't lose her right to appeal. Because next week is the second, right? Today's Christmas, so next week is the second. What is it? Next Wednesday or next? Yeah, a week from today. So TikTok. What do you guys? What do you guys think? And then for everybody who was like, "Why did you're spreading misinformation for what I posted about her having?" I said it was not her fault. Like, if you interpreted something else from it, I don't know. It was a joke, obviously, but I said it's not her fault. Know that because it was the wrong appellate attorney. So, everybody, we gotta laugh at ourselves. We definitely gotta laugh at Sarah because she can't figure out how to laugh at herself yet, and she's taking herself way too seriously. So, laughter through tears is a coping mechanism for me. All right, what do you guys think? I feel like all of Zaddy Kraynick's rulings will stand. Notice that Owens did not put in the removal of counsel or the forfeiture slash waiver of rights of court-appointed counsel. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'll talk to you in the comments. Toodles! Thanks for hanging out.